Welcome back, everybody, to the Tennessee Titans franchise here on Madden 23. Today we are wrapping up the regular season here in year number 1 as the Titans' playoff hopes are on the line here in Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida, against the Jaguars. The Titans currently have a record of 9-7, and they have to win this game along with multiple other things going their way around the league if they want any shot of competing in the postseason. We can only control this game, so we've really got to come in strong, beat the Jaguars, who are also fighting for a playoff spot. So it should be a fun battle here with one of our main rivals in the AFC South. The Jaguars sit at 11-5, tied for first place in the division with the Colts. So based on how they perform in this game, they can certainly win the division. Last week, we lost a heartbreaker to the Cowboys 35-31, a game we should have won, but a late interception really derailed that. It was mainly a bad play by the receiver on the interception. Robert Woods just stopped going for the ball, and it just costed us the game pretty much. So as we look at the playoff picture, obviously we're currently not in it, and as I said, we need a lot of things to go our way if we want a chance at the playoffs. We've been eliminated from division contention with the loss last week, so that'll go to the Colts or the Jags. Best case scenario for us is the 7th seed. So what we need to happen is we need New England to lose, the Browns to lose, the Chiefs to lose because they had the head-to-head tiebreaker over us, and obviously we need to win. So that's a lot of things that need to happen for us to get into the postseason. Certainly possible, but I don't know if I would consider it likely. The great thing about Week 18 most of the time is that you can get a nice win against a team who is not playing for anything. Obviously, that's not the case here with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are very, very good, and we've got our hands full against these guys who just beat us not too long ago, again, in another game that we really could have won. There were a lot of games we lost this season that we should have won, and honestly, vice versa. There were a lot of games that we won that we maybe shouldn't have. We had a late lead in this game, but we ultimately beat ourselves, hence why we ended up losing the game. Let's take a look at this Jaguars roster featuring quarterback Trevor Lawrence. He's certainly taken a step up in year number 2 and is a very talented player. Both teams have temporary boosts, so you may notice their ratings are quite a bit higher than they should be, and the same can be said with our team. Both teams are a little bit extra motivated, extra prepared going into this game, which should be fun. In what could be the final game for this team here in season number 1, hopefully we can come out with a win, even if we don't end up making the playoffs. At the very least, it would be nice to end our season off on the right foot. But before we do that, I do have some contract stuff I want to work out. There are a couple players I want to re-sign, including David Long. His interest bar is very low, but he's been so good this year. I don't want to let him go. He says I need a bigger offer to overcome this team not being a fit for me. Well, at least he's honest that he doesn't want to be here. We offered a contract to Nate Davis earlier in the season. He said no. We're going to give him a bigger offer here, and he accepts. 3 years, roughly $28 million. I think that's fair market value for somebody who's going to be a top 5 to 10 right guard in the NFL over the duration of that contract. So let's hop into this game here against our rivals, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's end the chatter and the anticipation and the wait. We know what's on the line today. If we want any chance of making the playoffs, which is already very marginal to begin with, we've got to come here into Jacksonville, win this game. I would certainly love to play spoiler against the Jaguars, maybe try to knock them out as well if we're not able to get in. So it should be a fun contest between two very, very talented AFC South opponents. The Titans opening up with the football first. Malik Willis going to scramble with it to the left. Willis looking to run for the first down, and he's pushed out of bounds by Carl Nassib. Nassib knows a thing or two about pushing men around. We'll leave it at that. 3rd and 7. Willis looks to throw it, and he connects with the rookie, Kyle Phillips, out of the slot, who gains 18 yards. The passing game certainly has not been the same since Traylon Burks got injured. Hopefully someone like Phillips can really step up today. Handoff for Derrick Henry. He loses 2 to the left side. Normally Henry owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, so we're really going to hope to get him involved early and often, as he has done all season long. 2nd and 12. Willis looks to throw it again, going up the middle for Robert Woods, who brings it into the red zone, wrapped up at the 17. Nice gain of 20 there for Woods, who obviously had the really bad play late in the game last week, leading to the interception. So hopefully Woods plays a little better today. 3rd and 4. Phillips wide open, dives into the end zone for a touchdown. Perfectly executed first drive there from Malik Willis, and the fellas finished off with an easy play for Kyle Phillips. Nobody for the Jaguars was near the middle of the field. I don't know why. If you're going to play zone and not have someone man-to-man on Phillips, at least have the exact middle of the field covered. I don't know. Doesn't take more than a couple brain cells to figure that out. So the Jaguars now have it on offense. Good run up the middle by James Robinson, who brings it to the opposing 44-yard line as he gets over 20 there on that play. 3rd and 7, now at the 41. Lawrence alone in the backfield, hit as he throws, and is brought down to the turf by A.J. Epineza. Bud Dupree also in the backfield, so that'll force a punt. So far, so good. I know it's early, but Tennessee looks pretty strong on both sides of the ball today. Back with it on offense. Here's Henry, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, breaks a third. It is eventually brought down at the 37-yard line by the number 1 overall draft pick, Trayvon Walker. Following play, Willis rolls out to the right, hoping somebody can get open. Takes a shot downfield. It's caught by Robert Woods at the 14. What a throw. See, Robert, when you don't bail for the ball, things like that happen. That is probably the best throw I've seen the entire season by a Tennessee Titans quarterback, whether it's been Tannehill or now Malik Willis. Man, that was a thing of beauty, and that's why this team is so high on Malik Willis going forward as the franchise quarterback. From the 14, following play, Willis for the corner of the end zone. It's caught by the tight end, O.J. the Juice Man Howard. He is in for a score, and the Titans lead this one 14-0. Again, it's early, but this is a very promising start here for Tennessee as they hope to keep their playoff hopes alive. So the Jaguars have it back. Not a good start for them. Keep in mind, they have not clinched a playoff spot. They know they have to win this game if they want to control their own fate. As Lawrence goes up the middle for Evan Engram, he gets around 25 yards, bringing it to the Tennessee 35. Now that Jacksonville's on the opposing side of the field, we'll see if they can actually capitalize here with points. Lawrence looking on the out route. It's caught by Kirk. Fairly completely misplays it, and Kirk is hit hard at the 9. A big gain for the $84 million man, Christian Kirk. Time winding down here in the first quarter, under 20 seconds to go now. Lawrence under center looks to throw it, and he will connect for the touchdown. Jeffrey Simmons in the backfield sending pressure, but it won't stop Lawrence connecting with Marvin Jones for the score, and the veteran will help cut the lead in half for the Jaguars, as it is now 14-7. Really good throw by Lawrence under all that pressure. And so that'll wrap up quarter number 1. The Titans look like they're playing with a sense of urgency on both sides of the ball, particularly on offense. The pass game has been, for the most part, shaky this year, so it's good to see Malik Willis throwing the ball, the receivers looking explosive, making plays, and then we have that. The drops have been an issue here these past couple of weeks. Robert Woods drops an easy one, could have been a 15 or 20-yard gain. Won't really matter because Derrick Henry gets like 15 or 20 on the very next play, actually a little bit more. Great run by Henry, who's starting to heat up after kind of a slow start, which is not normal for him against the Jaguars. Down the red zone from the 13-yard line. Willis looks to throw it. Has time looking for the corner, and it is caught, but he's out of bounds. That was Phillips, the intended target who scored in the first quarter. 3rd and 10. Willis with a strike for O.J. Howard. Flipped on his side into the end zone for a touchdown. In Malik Willis's most important NFL game of his career, he looks unbelievable. He's thrown 3 touchdowns. He looks efficient. He looks poised. He looks confident. He has not had a bad throw really all day. Most of his incompletions have been bad plays by the receivers or really good defensive plays. So now it's 21-7. The Jags have it back. 3rd and 5. Lawrence up the middle for Jones, who is pounded by Kevin Byard. Byard had an interception last week. 2 the week before. He's playing his best football here at the end of the season. 2nd and 10. Lawrence drops back to throw it, and he will connect with Evan Engram, who gets just shy of the 25. We do have a flag. I think this one's going to be on Tennessee. A late hit on the quarterback, roughing the passer against Tyler Tart. I took a look at the replay, and yeah, there was a late hit, but Tart was already in the backfield as Lawrence was throwing it. I don't think there was much he could have done. So, interesting call. 3rd and 1. Lawrence goes short for Laviska Shenault. Tackled into the end zone for a touchdown. It was a rough start for the Jaguars, but they're starting to play a lot better as it's only a 1-score game, 21-14. Here at the 2-minute warning, 3rd and 5 for the Titans. Willis looks to throw it. He is under pressure, and it is incomplete for Beckham. That was Josh Allen in the backfield sending pressure, and the Titans would have to punt it for the first time today. So the Jaguars now have an opportunity to tie it here late in the first half. Lawrence on the screen short for Robinson, and he is pummeled into the backfield for a loss of 3. Second and long, Lawrence under pressure goes up the middle for Kirk, who's had a very solid first half as he brings it to midfield. Trevor Lawrence, 12 of 14 right now. He looks very impressive in this game, along with Titans quarterback Malik Willis. Second and 8, there's Shenault to the 36. Cam Robinson her on the play. That's not good. He is the Jaguars' starting left tackle, so Walker Little will have to replace him. From the 36, Lawrence up the middle for Jones. He brings it around half the distance to the end zone as the Jaguars call their second timeout. They are moving the ball down the field effortlessly right now. First down, Lawrence smothered to the ground by Jeffrey Simmons, who is flexing and kissing the biceps. A loss of 6 for Jacksonville. Second and 6, clock is ticking, 30 seconds to go. They're running screens. I don't know why, as James Robinson is brought down at the 15. So the Jags are going to call their final timeout. They have an interesting decision here. Do you run another play, look to go for the end zone? That's what they're going to do. I think that's the right call. The Jaguars can easily mess this up. If they are tackled inbounds, then they will not score before the end of the half. Lawrence for the end zone. It's intercepted. Another way they can mess it up is by turning over the football, and that's exactly what happens as Christian Fulton returns it to the 32. A costly interception there from quarterback Trevor Lawrence. He went for the end zone. He maybe should have been a little bit more passive there. Christian Fulton runs in front of Kirk, snags the ball away, and the Titans will hold on to the lead going into halftime unless we have funny business within the next 6 seconds. Handoff up the middle for King Henry. Nice run, and he is tackled at the 45 right as the clock hit 0. I'm sure the Titans would have loved to have an opportunity to run one more play, probably a Hail Mary. They won't get to, as that'll wrap up the first half. 21-14, Tennessee on top of the Jags. Let's take a look at our halftime report, focusing in on the 3 games that matter to the Titans as we start in Orchard Park, New York. Got a close one here, 14-14 between the Patriots and the Bills. These two teams are competing for the AFC East title, with the Bills being a game ahead of New England. We need the Patriots to lose. Go, Bills, go. Hopefully Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs can have a couple more touchdowns, just like this one right here, to propel Buffalo to the division victory and help the Titans pass New England with a win in Jacksonville. Another team who Tennessee needs to win is the Steelers. The Browns are 10-6, also in the wild card hunt, and the Steelers are holding their end of the bargain as it's 17-14. Both running backs, Nick Chubb and Najee Harris, look very solid here in the first half, per usual. Hopefully Pittsburgh can hold on to this lead, see a good second half from rookie quarterback Kenny Tiny Hands Pickett, and hopefully the Steelers can maybe get the win here. And then finally, the Chiefs heading to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. Tennessee needs Las Vegas to win. This game is on the 4 o'clock slate, so we will not know what happens until later. As we go into the second half, we're up by 7. I think we've been the better team, but we cannot afford to blow this game. We still need to see the pass game look good. Malik Willis has been aggressive. He's been efficient. Maybe the best half of football I've seen from him. The defense has been a little bit up and down. We do have the momentum after the big interception there late in the first half. Let's see what the defense can do here in the third quarter. Lawrence under pressure from Simmons, who's had an awesome day rushing the passer. He gets it to Jones to the 42. Jacksonville has moved the ball efficiently on close to every drive so far this game. They've amassed a lot of yardage throughout this ball game. 3rd and 5, Lawrence looks to throw it, and he somehow gets it to Shenault, who will take it all the way to the 7-yard line for a gain of 30. Big play after the catch for Laviska Shenault. That's why the Jaguars drafted him, although he hasn't turned into the player they had hoped for. Still showing signs of that on that play. 3rd and goal, short throw for Kirk, and he is just shy of the end zone. Big tackle by Kevin Byard. So it's a 4th and goal for 1. You got to go for it here. No reason to kick the field goal. You got to try to tie the game up. Lawrence will look to throw it, and it is caught for a touchdown. We are tied up in the hands of Evan Engram. That was a risky throw. Zach Cunningham was right there and absolutely should have made a play. Even if he wasn't able to force a turnover, at least deflect the ball away, force a turnover on downs. Now tied at 21. The Jags are keeping the momentum rolling as Willis is sacked by Foyesade Oluokun for a loss of 9. 3rd down and 19 for the Titans. Their offense has really slowed down since the hot start. Willis looks to throw it, gets it to O.J. Howard, who gets a lot on that play, but is unable to get the first down. And so that will force a punt. The Jags have it back, looking to take the lead here late in the third quarter. 3rd and 4, Lawrence looks to throw it. He is sacked again. Jeffrey Simmons with his second of the ball game. This has been by far Simmons' best performance of the season. He's been a little bit inconsistent at times, but today he looks like that all-pro Jeffrey Simmons that we know and love. Titans do nothing on the following offensive possession as Willis bonks it off the defender's helmet. And now both defenses are really starting to play well. 2nd and 6, Lawrence up the middle for Christian Kirk. Hit hard by Byard again. Kevin Byard's been laying down the boom all day long. And so that'll wrap up the third quarter. The Jaguars tie it up. Not a great quarter of football there for the Titans, particularly on the offensive end of the field as we go into the fourth quarter. Tennessee's season is on the line. Let's see what they can do. 2nd and 8. James Robinson with a nice run to the 30. It really looks like the Jags are moving the ball down the field again. 3rd and 7 now from the 27. Trevor Lawrence looks to throw it. Under a little bit of pressure from Epineza, and it gets rid of it. Good job by Epineza to get in the backfield, force the incomplete pass. The Jaguars will now kick the field goal with an opportunity to take the lead. 44-yard attempt is up and good from the longtime Packer, Mason Crosby. I don't know how Mason Crosby got here, but we're rolling with it. 24-21, the Titans trail for the first time today with around 7 to go. Willis on first down, bonk. Right out of the hands of Odell Beckham. Another drop by this receiving core who continues to really lay an egg today. 3rd down and 8. Willis looks for Howard. Now that was a bad throw. Defenders should have honestly got the interception there, and Tennessee will elect to punt it. You could have made the rationale they should go for it, but they're going to go for the punt. As this ball is out, it's a fumble. Who's going to pick it up? It's the Titans. Tyree Gillespie recovers the fumble. And the Titans force a major turnover and get the ball in the red zone. However, I'm not convinced that he fumbled the ball. As we look at the replay here again, he might be down by contact. I think both teams deserve to be penalized in some way because the ball was on the ground for like 10 seconds. Nobody wanted to pick it up. Let's take a look at the booth review. It looks like Jamal Agnew's knee is down right around there. And as he deflects off of his own teammate, by contact, that's how the ball comes out. So it's not a fumble. Jacksonville will get possession. A major break for the Jaguars. Lawrence takes a shot on 3rd down. It's caught by Kirk, and he is in for a touchdown. That was Kevin Byard's assignment. He kind of bailed late, hoping the corner would make a play. I don't know what Kevin Byard was thinking there, to be honest. And the Jaguars now lead 31-21, outscoring Tennessee 17-0 here in the second half. 1st and 10, another drop. Not a bad defensive play by Aloakun, but Bo Melton had that in his hands. Another drop by the offense. 3rd and 9. Willis misfires for Woods. That was not as good of a throw. 4th and 9. Tennessee feels like they have to go for it here. Their season pretty much on the line. Willis scrambling with it under pressure. Threads Finito perfectly for Odell Beckham. He gets the first down, but there is a flag. But it's on the Jaguars. A roughing the passer called against Jacksonville. The flag is on Dewan Smoot. So the Titans will move up an additional 15 yards along with the first down. 2nd and 4. Willis under pressure. Tries to get rid of it, but he is sacked by Trey Herndon. Now it's a 3rd and 12. Clock continuing to tick. 4.5 to go. Play action fake. Willis rolls out to the left. Has an open receiver, but again misses the throw. The whole pass offense, who looked unstoppable in the first half, is completely laid an egg here in the second half. The quarterback, the pass blocking, the receivers. Another 4th down. 4th and 12, and they convert again. Willis once again goes to Odell Beckham to again keep the drive and the game and the season alive. 2nd and 1, handoff for Derrick Henry, who breaks a tackle. Breaks another one. Derrick Henry tripped up at the 1 by Trayvon Walker. Big run for Derrick Henry, now over the century mark in yardage. Following play, 1st and goal, back to the King, and he will fight his way in for a score. And Derrick Henry makes it a 1-possession game as the Titans are on the board for the first time in the second half. 28-31, Derrick Henry doing the Fortnite dances. All right, here we go. Tennessee's defense needs to get a stop if they want any chance of winning this game. Jacksonville with 3 more minutes left on the clock. If they can just chew this clock successfully, they can clinch a playoff spot and eliminate the Titans, and that's not a good start as James Robinson gets a first down, hit hard by Amani Hooker. The Titans are really trying to lay down the boom, hope they can force a turnover of any form. Jacksonville chewing clock. Lawrence on first down. Why are they throwing the ball? It's caught by Kirk, who's out of bounds. What's the game plan here? I don't know what they're thinking. 2nd and 5, 2:07 left on the clock. Play action fake. Lawrence, incomplete. He throws it away. So the clock stops again. It's still before the 2-minute warning. If the Titans get a stop here, they can get the ball with all 3 timeouts in 2 minutes. But that's not going to happen. As Lawrence connects with Evan Engram, that'll be a first down. 2-minute warning now arrives. And so now the Titans are going to have to start calling their timeouts. 1st and 10 at the 35. Can Jacksonville finish off the game? Handoff for Robinson, and he gets 5. Wrapped up by Dupree. Here's timeout numero uno. The Jaguars can just taste it. Their first playoff berth since 2017, when they honestly got robbed from making the Super Bowl against New England in the AFC Championship game, as Robinson gets the first to the 19, and the Titans call timeout number 2. This is really not looking good. The defense right now is blowing it. Another first down officially ends the ball game. 1st and 10 at the 19. Handoff for Robinson. Loses yardage. Jeffrey Simmons again makes the play. Simmons continues to be a rock star in this ball game. 2nd and 11. Minute 45 to go from the 20. Titans are now out of timeouts as it's a handoff for James Robinson. And he is hit hard on the play by Epineza, gaining 5. 3rd and 6. If the Jaguars are stopped and kick a field goal, the Titans can still score a touchdown, albeit they'll have like 20 seconds. All right, this is it. 3rd and 6. Lawrence to throw it. Caught by Engram, and he is stopped just shy of the first down marker by David Long. So it's a 4th and 1. The Jags are not going to kick the field goal. They're going to go for it, try to win this game, clinch a playoff spot, and eliminate the Titans once and for all. This is it. 4th and 1. The fullback, he got it. That's Smith, Keith Smith, who gets 2. That's all they need to get the first down and end the game. The Jacksonville Jaguars, at minimum, have clinched a wild card spot. And our Tennessee Titans will finish season number 1 with a record of 9-8, and unfortunately have been eliminated from postseason contention. Certainly not the way we had hoped to end the season. We played really well early in this game, particularly in the first quarter, really the first half as a whole. I don't know what happened in the second half. The defense kind of fell on themselves. The offense sucked after the first half. It was certainly an interesting game as we look at the numbers. Trevor Lawrence was a baller, 30 for 37, 364, 4 touchdowns and a pick. Malik Willis, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Pretty much all of his production came in the first half. First half and second half was a night and day difference. I will say I think Willis played better than the numbers suggest, only 50% completion percentage. That's just because the pass offense as a whole was just not really functional throughout the year. Derrick Henry could only do so much to carry this offense. The receivers weren't great. The pass pro wasn't great. O.J. Howard and Kyle Phillips stepped up, but what about these two? Odell Beckham, 2 passes caught. Robert Woods, 2 passes caught. They both had a drop. Those 2 guys had to step up. I know they combined for 100 yards, but that's not enough. Jeffrey Simmons was great, though. 3 TFLs, 2 sacks. Also, side note, Randy Bullock made all his kicks, so that means he will finish the season perfect. He has not missed a kick, extra point, or field goal all season. So that's a fun little nugget. But yeah, the season is unfortunately over. Apparently the morale is not down. I don't know why. We just got eliminated, guys. I don't know why you're still happy. As we simulate the week, it is official. We get the news. We will not be participating in the playoffs. As we take a look at the playoff bracket, neither the Bills or the Pats won the division. That's ironic. It was the Dolphins who took it home. So if it makes us feel any better, even if we had beaten Jacksonville, we would have finished 10-7 and still been short of the playoffs. We actually finished as the 11th seed in the AFC behind the Chiefs, Bengals, and Browns, all of whom did not make it. Our record would be good enough for the 5th seed in the far weaker NFC. So we certainly got kind of screwed that we were in the far superior conference. And if we were in the NFC, we probably would have had an extra few wins, maybe took home a division title. So that'll wrap up the episode. Next time, we will do the season recap. We're also going to talk about all of the underclassmen who are declaring early for the NFL draft. Now, I cannot do that until we find out the underclassmen who declare for the draft. So that means we still have to get through the bowl games in the NCAA Next Up series. We still have to get through the college football playoff. And we have to get through the offseason. So that's 3 episodes we have to do of that before we come back here. So it's probably going to be a little while until the next episode. I think realistically sometime probably next week is when you can expect this series to come back. And it's not that I want to push it off, but we have to finish up the NCAA season just so we can, have our champions, see what happens in the bowl game, see who declares for the draft, just so I can finalize the draft class and get ourselves ready for the offseason. It's going to be a very interesting offseason. This is an older team. We've got a lot of bad contracts, so I think this roster is going to look a lot different next year. It's going to be our first real opportunity to change some things up, and I'm excited to finally get a true imprint on this football team. After the season recap episode next time around, we've got free agency, we've got the draft preview, and of course the NFL draft episode. And if you've been around the channel for a little while, you guys know how much work I put into the draft episode, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Certainly not to the ending of the season that we had hoped for, but I'm very excited for the offseason. Should be a lot of fun. Peace out. Tighten up.